In our lesson today, we want to look at a question on vectors. And this question says that in the figure, OB is B. In other words, the vector O to B is B, that is OB is B, and OA is A, that is O to A is A. If OA to AY is 8 to 3, OA has been divided into 8 proportional parts and AY has been divided into 3 proportional parts, and OB to BX is 1 to 1, so OB to BX is 1 to 1, therefore these ones are B is midway between O to A, and therefore this value here can also be B. That's the value B because it's 1 to 1. Now find XD to DA and BD to DY. So the first thing we need to do is, if you want those values, then we have to get the vector here. We need to get the vector OD and express it in two ways. So we need to express the vector OD in two ways. That is, OD, we can follow this vectorial path, that is OB plus BD we can follow OB plus BD. So OB is B and BD we can now say plus BD. So we can now say let BD be some constant K times the value BY. So we can get BY. So BY therefore will be BO, that is BO plus OY. And BO is negative B and OY is 11 over 8A. 11 over 8A. Therefore, BK will be K into negative B plus 11 over 8A. And when we solve that one, we now get negative KB plus 11K over 8A. And therefore, we can now get OD. Therefore, OD will be OB, which is B, minus KB plus 11 over 8 KA. And here we have 1 minus K into B plus 11 over 8 KA. So the other way we can express OD in another way, then you can now say OD, if we follow this path, can be OA plus AD. OD can be OA plus AD. OD can be OD, we can follow, we can move another alternative way, we can go through OD can be OX plus XD. We say that OD is OA plus AD. That's still correct. So OD, AD, now let AD be some value constant H times XA times AX times AX. Let AD be some constant H times AX. So we can get AX, and AX therefore will be AO plus OX, and AO is negative A plus OX is 2B, and therefore AD will be H into negative A plus 2B, and that is negative HA plus 2HB. Therefore, OD will be OA, which is A minus HA plus 2HB, and therefore that is 1 minus H into A plus 2HB. And therefore we say that OD is equal to OD. Two vectorial values are the same. The magnitude of those vectors will be the same. So OD is therefore said to be equal to OD. Therefore this vector here, which is 1 minus K B plus 11 over 8 Ka, should be equal to 1 minus H A plus 2HB. Now comparing the coefficients, then the coefficient of A should be equal, therefore we say 1 minus H is equal to 11 over 8K, and when you compare these coefficients, then we say 2H is equal to 1 minus K. So we need to solve these ones simultaneously. So you go through the simultaneous. Solving this one simultaneously will give you your H, will give you your K to be 8 over 14, and your H will be 11 over 14. So that is, your H is 11 over 14. So what does it mean? It means that from this vector here, if H is 8, then from B to D, BD therefore is 8 divisions, and DY is 6 divisions. So the vector BD to DY should now be 8 to 6, which reduces to 4 to 3. And the vector XD to DA. So the vector XD to DA, we now have what? What we now have here is that H is 11 over 14. So meaning that the total divisions here are 14. So if this one is 11, then this division here will be 3. Therefore, the ratio XD to DA will now be 11 to 3. So that is how we solve that vector equation.